This year I started using the Lasko 1128 Evaporative Humidifier again after several years of not using it. I originally got this, I think sometime in the early to mid 2010s, and I used to use this in the bedroom at the old location. That house was extremely difficult to humidify. And I think it's because it was forced hot air heating, and so the air was always being circulated in and out of the room, as opposed to something like baseboard heating, where the air stays in a room and it's not exchanged. So I used this in the bedroom, and this is the only unit that I ever tested which was able to keep the humidity at least into the 40s. And it worked great. This is an excellent humidifier in terms of performance. I stopped using it because the cleaning the cleaning procedure was a joke. At least 1 to 2 times a week, the unit would develop a pink or orange colored film or slime all over the inside, all over the filter, and I would have to take the unit into the bathroom. I would fill it with a very high concentration of bleach and water, and I would let it run with the bleach solution inside of it in the bathroom for maybe half an hour. And then I'd have to rinse everything, wipe it out, replace the filter, and put it back. The whole procedure, start to finish, was probably a 45-minute production to clean this out. And then, of course, the bathroom is out of commission during that entire time because it's full of toxic bleach solution in the air. It was ridiculous. Did that for years, and then I finally just became fed up with it because it was so outrageous. It was eating up so much time. And I replaced the unit with either 2 or 3 smaller warm mist humidifiers, and they still didn't work quite as well, but it alleviated the cleaning procedure, so I was content with that. Did that for a couple years. Then I moved here, and now I want to humidify the whole house, especially this large room here with the wood stove. And so I tried using my little warm mist ones that didn't barely touched anything in this room. So I ordered 4 larger ultrasonic humidifiers, which was a huge mistake. That was a disaster. There was the white dust that those are known for coating everything in the house, all the windows, all the tabletop surfaces, the ceiling fans, the Christmas tree, the lights. I had to wash every single individual Christmas light bulb at the end of that year because the lights looked terrible. There was a white haze coating everything. I will never use ultrasonic humidifiers again, ever. Those things are ridiculous. And I'm not the only one that has that experience. That's very widely reported. My aunt and uncle tried one last year, and their experience was actually way worse than mine. So, this year, well, no, that was 2 years ago. Last year, I canceled out those ultrasonic humidifiers because I was never going to use them again. And I just went back to the 3 warm mist humidifiers I had, and it was just unbearably dry. It was, sometimes it would go as low as like single digit humidity in here. It was terrible. The tree dried out real quick, my skin kept cracking. Didn't want to deal with that again. So this year I said we're going to have to go back to the Lasko 1128 because it seems to be the only thing that will actually do it. So I got it out, I put it into service in, I think it was like early or mid-November. It's been well over a month at this point. He says, we'll get this thing going again, and we'll just have to spend this time, doing this ridiculous cleaning procedure. It's been in service for over a month now. There is zero slime, zero film. It's perfectly clean. Never cleaned it once. Not slimy in the slightest. Not slimy. Not slimy. Now there's a, I'm not sure what this is on here. This is, it's not the slime. This is some type of, actually it's probably rust. It's either rust or sediment or something. Because when this dries out it becomes very hard, so I don't know what's up with that. But there's zero slime inside the machine. Zero. It's perfectly clean. I mean, it used to actually feel slimy, and it doesn't. The difference is the water. At the old location, there was well water, and I guess the well water probably had some kind of bacteria in it, or I don't know what it was. Because well water is, I mean, it might run through like a sediment filter, but it's not, it's not really filtered or sanitized per se. And so there must have been some type of bacteria in the well water which reacted to this thing and would coat the inside with that pinkish, pink or orange, not brown, it's different color than what's in there now. It would coat the thing with that pink and orange film every couple days. Now here we have public water, which is treated. I think it actually has trace amounts of either chlorine or fluorine, fluoride. I don't know, I'm not a chemist. But it has trace amounts of something in it to cut down on bacteria, and it's heavily processed before it's sent into the mains. And so this, well, the water here must not have whatever contaminant it was that was responding to the humidifier at the old location, because now I don't have that problem. And I have suspicions that it might be something related to the water itself and not the humidifier in general, because I don't see how anybody could deal with that. Like, most people can't even bother to clean anything. I just really couldn't see any significant portion of the population spending that amount of time cleaning the humidifier every week, like I was. So I guess this is the normal experience that people have, is it doesn't do that. So it must have been the water. I just thought that was very interesting. As far as performance goes, it's very interesting to see something like this being used in a normal intended use case as opposed to a tiny bedroom. On low, which is about as much as I can tolerate in terms of the noise, this is able to hold about 30 to 33% humidity in this room with the stove running, and that's lower than I'd like, but once you go much past that, the windows just start to get really soaking wet. So it actually works out pretty good. If I just keep it on low, I usually set it to around 30%, and it's still kind of dry, but it will satisfy if I turn the stove off, and it's just enough to keep it from being like unbearably dry. It's enough to keep it so that the tree doesn't dry out, you don't get a lot of static electricity in here. Once you start getting below 30, the static electricity just goes through the roof. But at the 30%, it kind of keeps that down. I don't really feel the effects of it during the day. 30% to sleeping would be too low. But this is working out pretty good. And then in the rest of the house, I've been using those little warmest ones in the bedroom and so forth. And interestingly enough, one of those in the bedroom is enough to keep it at 55, whereas at the old location, 3 of them wouldn't even keep it at 40. So it's really interesting to see this stuff operate in different environments with different heating sources. But now that I know that the whatever bacteria or contaminant it was that was doing that in the humidifier is not in this water, I have several other evaporative humidifiers that I've wanted to use over the years and didn't use them because of that cleaning fiasco. Now I should be able to use those with no problem.